Hello and welcome to ThePapare.com's personality segment, and here we are yet again at the offices of ThePapare.com, and today we have with us the ambassador of Sri Lankan racing, the icon, the legend. There are so many words in the language to use on this gentleman, but I prefer to call him the legend, Dilantha Malagamuwa. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard on ThePapare.com, Dilantha. 25 long years of racing. Let's talk about it all. Let's start from the beginning, the baby steps. Tell us about the introduction to your sport and your family's take on your decision of this risky sport.
Actually, I started racing when I was 16. That was in 1980. But I started racing internationally from, I think the first race was in 1983. But then racing cars internationally for 25 years. And actually, I was inspired by a movie, a Hollywood movie, which was Silver Dream Machine. And that changed my whole life. And then I wanted to become a motorcycle champion. That's what where I started was. But my parents were against it, but I kept going.
Your achievements are so many, Dilantha. Tell us the most significant achievements of your career.
I have won about 6 championships, including the Japanese N1, GT Asia, Malaysian GT, so many. And then like first runner-up in the championships about 6-7 times, and about 150 podiums internationally. And I became the first non-Japanese Asian to do the Formula 3000, just one step below Formula 1. So I've driven like everything.
Is there anyone in particular that you idolize in the sport?
Not exactly. Like I liked so many drivers, so I used to see how they drive. And actually there was no idol, so, and I had a lot of trust and belief on me, so I was following what I wanted to do.
Your career blossomed when you moved into Japan, and the Japanese asked you, are you here to raise elephants? But you proved them otherwise later in that time. So tell us about the challenges and the difficulties that you have faced in your career.
Actually, so I left Sri Lanka in 1985. My parents were against it, but I ran away from home, so I had a one-way ticket, $400 with me, and I went to Japan without knowing anything, but I knew I could do it. And there's one of these Japanese riders that told me about Japan in 1983 when I raced in India. So I think I was living in a van, and I had like 1 meal a day. But I kept going, and I think when someone else thinks about it, it might think, really difficult life and all. But at that time, I was not feeling difficult because I was having this dream of winning and winning and winning, and when I can race and when I can start winning internationally. So when you think back, I think it was difficult, but at that time I didn't feel anything bad, difficult, sad, nothing. I was like waking up every day to see when I can start racing and when I can start winning and when can I become a champion.
What is a typical day of practice to you? How's your daily routine? Just tell us about it. Daily routine, I have to do my work because racing itself doesn't, it's difficult to go on with only with racing because you cannot hardly make any money because I'm carrying the Sri Lankan flag, so hardly I get any sponsorships other than Lamborghini. So I'm trying to find more sponsorships in Sri Lanka. So I have to do business, I have to work while racing. I do that. I try to spend as much as time with my family, and then I normally do my day either start of the day or end of the day. What I do is like I do my workouts, I keep running, keep myself fit. That's all. Dilantha, you've been racing internationally for 25 long years, and your whole racing career is 35 long years. You should for sure know where Sri Lanka have had this drawback where we can't pitch the sport internationally. Where do you think Sri Lankan racing needs tuning up?
I think we are pioneers in Asia, like we started in 1936, so there should be a reason why we are not on that level with the other Asians. But I think it's all people who, I think the people who have to be responsible is the people who have to take the responsibility, who are in control of it. So there should be something somewhere went wrong. So I felt it being in Sri Lanka, I cannot become a champion because we don't have the infrastructure, and it's too much politics, and everything. We have good talents in Sri Lanka, but they don't get the chance. They are not financially backed. So, and then we don't run according to the international classes. Nothing is that way correct. So I had, even when I was very young, I had this, I was intelligent enough to find out that living here won't become a champion. And then, so I think
I think it's the officials who have to think and try to promote this sport. As I told you, like Sri Lanka was in 1936, but we don't have a proper circuit yet in Sri Lanka, and every other place even including China, has a Formula One circuit. So I should ask them what has gone wrong. So I think it's the people who are in control of it.
There should be a lot of unforgettable experiences in your life. Just tell us the most unforgettable experience in your life.
There are good things and bad things both, but so many. I mean, like if you compare with the accident and things. And then I think the saddest part is when I was winning the championships, they used to disqualify me few times. I had that, so that was the most bad experience, because to win a championship you have to fight throughout the year, and then they just disqualify you for one race for no reason, and that's a lot of points. Like we are all running in the championship with few points, and then I think few times it happened to me in the championships, which I was really bad. And then even in Japan, when I was leading the Formula 3 race, and then I was given a pit stop penalty for no reason, and later they found out it was a wrong decision, but then it's done, so those things was really sad. But I think if you argue with that and trying to go with that, you're just putting yourself back, so it's another thing. And then you have to be positive, and then to see that it won't happen again. So after that I started winning again, and so I also become more careful of such things, although I'm not control of it. But I don't really think much about it. I'm always thinking about the future. I don't think about the past and trying to live with it, because that is not good for you. You become very negative. So, but those are the things that happen in life. Yeah.
Dilantha, tell us about the future plans. What are your future racing events, and just tell us about the future plans.
This year I'm doing again the Lamborghini Super Trophy and the GT Asia, and we have like 28 races for the year, and the world finals will be in United States. So I really want to win the world championship this year and to bring more glory for Sri Lanka. And then I think from next year I'm going to start moving to the FIA World GT Championship, or more trying to trying to win a world championship.
You have a lot of experience, 35 long years. Do you have any plans of giving a bit of that experience to the youngsters? Any plans of starting a driving school in Sri Lanka maybe?
I would love to. So I think I don't live here much. I come here once a month for about 3-4 days. But so I run the racing school at the Formula One circuit in Malaysia, in Sepang. But so what I'm thinking is, like, every time I come, 1 or 2 days to take people to maybe to Katakurunda and try to teach them what I know. I think because there's a lot of now followers, and then people who like to drive better, to learn the basics, even on roads, like people who have fast cars, they would love to learn how to control the car. So I'm planning to do it. Hopefully I will start it in July.
What do you have to tell a youngster who's coming to this sport? If you can say, just follow this protocol and you will be a good racing driver, what will be your advice?
I think the talent and experience, it takes time, and some people are born talented, but I think it's a commitment, and you have to keep dreaming, so if you don't have a dream, you cannot fulfill it, dream and commitment, and you have to give up. If you have an aim and if you want to become a champion, a world champion, international champion, then you get to give up everything else to achieve this, and then you will get things, you will receive more things better than what you have given up. So you have to have that commitment.
Dilantha, you've been racing internationally for 25 long years. You're very famous for riding in your car with the Sri Lankan flag. Looking back at your career, how do you honestly feel riding with the Sri Lankan flag around the world?
I think I'm one of the most happiest sportsmen, not only in racing, but if you compare with everything else. I'm very happy, very lucky, and I feel proud, and I'm racing with pride, to be a Sri Lankan and to carry the Sri Lankan flag. I think now people have learned around the world to carry their national flags, because I was the one who was doing it, and I see it getting more and more. Even I see Sri Lankans racing in Sri Lanka also carrying the flag. So I think, when I come here, the way people treat me, the humble Sri Lankans, they all appreciate it. and I really love that, and I cannot buy it for money. That's why I say I'm the happiest, one of the happiest. I think the happiest sportsman ever, because they treat me so well.
Any final words of gratitude?
I have great for everyone, starting from the country to my parents, to every fan, everyone, because they all give me happiness, they all make me happy. So I'm thankful to everyone.
Thank you very much, Dilantha Malagamuwa, for joining with us today and sharing your experiences with us and also with our viewers. My name is Lelu Ma'am, over and out for ThePapare.com, sharing the passion.